What's happening? My name is Adrian and welcome back to What the Pun. Today's video I will be sharing with you all what my plan is right now with this 2010 Mark 6 Golf R. For those of you unfamiliar with the Mark 6 Golf R, here are some quick specs and facts for you all. The model was manufactured between 2010 to 2013, replacing the Mark 5 R32. In the front of the car is a 2-litre turbo engine with 266 brake horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 60 time of around 5.5 seconds. Keeping all that power to the ground on the road is the Haldex 4-wheel drive system. There you go. So I've had this Golf R for a bit of time now. I think coming up to 3 years, close to 3 years, or maybe over 3 years. I've lost count. It feels like it's been a nice journey. And for a 12-year-old car, how is the Golf R holding up? Honestly, I can't fault the car. It's been fine. I've had a perfectly good journey with the car. It's been running fine. Engine is running good, pulling great. I've kept up with the service of the car as well, so everything's running smoothly. In terms of problems I've had with the Golf R since owning this Mark 6 Golf R, there's only been really one major I'm not even sure I can even call it a major problem, but it's this emissions warning light that popped up intermittently when I first, quite early on from when I had the car. And I've had it checked out by a VW garage 2 times. Both times they've thank you Siri. Both times they've done their test, and they've basically reset the warning and said, see how you get on, it should be okay. But obviously I still had the problem, so I took it into my own hands to try and resolve the problem. I replaced 2 parts. I replaced a PCV valve and also something else called the N80 evap valve, neither of which resolved the problem, which then led me to, I think accidentally, I came across the charcoal canister. I wasn't even confident it was going to resolve the problem, but for some reason the charcoal canister replacement resolved the problem. Simple fix. And apart from that one, the other sort of minor thing was one of the wheels split, so I was losing pressure quite a weird rate, but that was easily resolved. But otherwise, dare I say it, the car has been very much bulletproof for me. So, which now leads me on to my next point. So, what's next? I have been pondering. I have been doing a lot of research over quite a long period of time, and for everyone that knows me, I've done quite a fair bit of research on other alternatives, so such as the BMW M140i, BMW M135i, also potentially a Mark 7 Club Sport. What options was maybe the Mark 7 Golf R as well, or maybe even a RSQ3. I've done all the research, even modification researches. I've viewed all the YouTuber videos on these cars, and in the end, I feel like I have no reason to change this or get rid of this Mark 6 Golf R, because I'm still very much in love with this car. It's given me no reason to replace it, so I'm keeping the Golf R for now. Sorry to disappoint any of you that was hoping that I was going to replace the car. But what I've decided to do with the Mark 6 Golf R is start a little bit of a project with the Golf R. And the project, which I will call OEM Plus. For me, this will be where I make improvements to the original setup, the original design of this car. Don't get confused with other projects where, for example, other people may be putting a bigger turbo or hybrid turbo, getting the car remapped to ridiculous amounts of horsepower. Not that I'm saying that's wrong, but for me, my project here, OEM Plus, is not that kind of project. I very much love this car, but there are areas where I feel like there could be some improvements. To start off with, today I'll be covering part 1 of the OEM Plus plan for the Mark 6 Golf R, and right now I'm heading out to Chapman Auto Services in St Albans, a VW specialist I highly recommend, where the Chapmans will be helping me change the exhaust in the Golf R. So with the idea of changing exhaust in the Mark 6 Golf R, it honestly didn't take much thinking for me to actually decide that this will be the first thing I do. Mainly because when I switched over from my previous car, the Mark 5 R32, to this Mark 6 Golf R, the one thing I missed the most is the soundtrack of the R32. And even in stock form, the R32 sounded so good. So that is why I decided first upgrade on Mark 6 Golf R would be to enhance the soundtrack. Okay, I know changing exhaust isn't exactly going to make it sound like a 3.2 litre Golf R32, but I am hoping it should be enough to improve the soundtrack so much that it'll improve my grin factor in this car even a little bit more. And right now, in stock form, this is how it sounds like. So, and on the road in stock form, this is how it sounds like right now. Which isn't bad, but like I said before, the soundtrack could do with some improvement. So this is what we're currently working on right now. Cool. And on that note, I think I have arrived at my destination. So there we have it, all done, exhaust fitted. Big shout out to the Chapmans for doing this same day for me. So let's start her up for the first time. Let's see how she sounds inside the car. Okay, don't know if you picked that up or not. That first start, you heard may have heard a little bit of a burble. So that's the little bit of a difference. Acoustics in the car is maybe slightly noticeably louder, a bit more burbly, but we'll see. We'll head back home and go for a little spin and see how the car sounds. Alright, sports, let's see how she sounds. So definitely acoustics, the soundtrack in here definitely has improved. So definitely has improved, sounds better, but I think maybe a slight room for improvement, I think, but it's definitely bit more fun. The acoustics, the soundtrack is definitely better. But yeah, I think this is a start. So part one, in terms of what I used, I picked up a what's fitted basically is a Milltek Cat-back system, non-resonated. In terms of part number, whatnot, links, I will drop that down in the comment box down below. But yeah, for me, not too loud, just about right, because I drive this car every day to work for now, so I don't want it to be to the point where it's a bit too much, if you know what I mean. But it's good, I like it. When it needs to be, it has definitely improved. And coming up right now, I will have what it sounds like from a cold start for you. I feel like the soundtrack has definitely improved. There is a bit more depth to the sound. But it's also to a point where it's not too much. I'll wait for this car to turn and I can maybe show. Okay. So yeah, definitely a good improvement, I would say. Definitely a very good improvement. I mean, there is room for improvement still, but I think we've made a significant improvement here. we have it. Part 1 of OEM Plus. In terms of any parts I've used, exhaust system is from Milltek. It's a cat-back exhaust, non-resonated. Part numbers and everything I will drop in the comment box down below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you subscribe and like so that you are also staying informed with everything that's going on with the Mark 6 Golf R and the channel, obviously. So from me this week, that's it. Take care. See you all. Bye bye.